Welcome to the Activated Storytellers 19th podcast, October 26th, 2006.
This week's story is The Dragon of Krakow, a folktale from Poland.
Hi, I'm Dennis.
And I'm Zephyr.
And I'm Kimberly.
And we're the Activated Storytellers.
This week we are podcasting from Golden Gate Park in San Francisco. And back in our old stomping grounds, this is where we originally began our theater company.
As a matter of fact, this is where I was born.
Yes, this is where we began our life together as a family, and this is where we began Zephyr.
As a matter of fact, right now we're only, a few blocks away from where we used to live. I guess 3 or 4 blocks away, maybe?
I think just about that, and that was our last stick house that we've lived in for the past 14 years.
Yes, today we performed at the Jewish Community Center in San Francisco, and that was only a couple of blocks away from the place where we used to have our office building, and it was also, there was a church there where Kimberly and I got married.
And, as luck would have it, also the whole performance was arranged by someone who used to babysit Zephyr back when he was just a tot.
Which I don't remember, but I've been told that she did, so I'm going to take their word for it.
We just got into the Bay Area yesterday. We came from Sacramento, where we did a couple of shows at the Rancho Cordova Library.
Hi, Mr. Tim.
And before that, we were up at Lake Shasta and Mt.Shasta, and we toured Lake Shasta Caverns.
Right off of I-5, there's a cavern, and we had never been there before. We decided we'd go check it out and maybe ride our bikes, and I don't know that riding our bikes was such a good idea. We ended up going down a long, windy, twisty road, but happy that we did. We made it to the caverns, and it's rather interesting. You get to ride on a boat over Lake Shasta, and then they take you on a bus up the mountain, and you get to go into the caverns.
And riding on a bus up that part of the mountain is a lot better than riding your bike. Not only did we go down a big, twisty, windy hill, we went up several big, twisty, windy hills.
Lake Shasta has the second largest dam in the United States. It is also the second largest man-made lake in the United States. It's about 400 to 1,200 feet deep. And what I found fascinating is that there are 5 towns under the lake.
Yeah, I'd like to. I'm just curious to see what it looks like underwater, because not only are there 5 towns under the lake, but our tour guide at the caves told us that the sturgeons, the fish, can sometimes grow up to 30 feet long, which was about as long as the bus we were going up in. So I'm just curious what it looks like underwater. It must be quite a bizarre scene.
Yes, we should say there are 5 former towns under the lake, because I don't think there are people living underwater there. Well, I don't know. With fish 30 feet long, I guess anything's possible.
That sounds like a tall tale to me. Storm along and Paul Bunyan would have a great time over there.
Now, the cave was first explored in 1878. A Native American explored the cave first, a Native American by the name of
Charles Morton, I believe.
Charles Morton, yes. And the outside of the cave is very hard limestone, and it was very difficult to drill through. And their calculations were off by a couple of feet, and because of that, in 1950, they discovered a whole new room that they didn't know was there, so they call it the Discovery Room.
Now, the reason they were trying to drill through is to make a more convenient way to get into the caverns, because before that, it was rather treacherous getting in and out of the caverns.
Yeah, we should mention also that this limestone outside the entrance of the cave was at one time underwater.
Right, you can actually see evidence of that right there at the entrance to the cave. And incredible rooms, very fascinating to see all the stalactites and the stalagmites. And by the way, the stalactites are the configurations, they're kind of triangular shape, and they're the ones that are growing tight to the ceiling. Those are the stalactites, whereas the stalagmites
someday might reach the ceiling, ... shish.
Yes, and you can also remember it by the fact that stalactite has a C in it like ceiling, and stalagmite has a G in it like ground. Also, this cave has helictites, which you may not have heard of before. They're relatively rare structures, but they're small. They look like little stack of jacks or something, like little coconut stacks or something like that. Very irregular, going in all directions.
Like coconut shreddings.
And our guide pointed out some very interesting features and formations in the cave.
Right. There was, for instance, we saw Santa Claus. There was an Indian, and you kind of have to use your imagination, but there at one point we could see the prince and Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, or at least a few of the Seven Dwarfs, a castle.
A castle, there was the forest, and then there was one part where it was kind of formation, it was kind of like a lizard, and then up above the lizard was a formation that looked kind of like a little guy clinging to a rock.
And yes, and of course there was one that looks like a pipe organ. Almost every cave has that. But we've been in a lot of caves, but I think this one had the most imagination-stimulating formations I've ever seen. That had the most formations that actually looked like different things.
Yeah, I think the last cave we were in was in Hannibal, Missouri, Mark Twain's hometown, which is the cave that he wrote about. And it's an interesting cave from the perspective of the historical perspective and the fact that he wrote about it. But I think this cave is much more interesting with the formations. And because we were in a cavern this week, we decided it would be a great time to tell the story of the Dragon of Krakow.
Who lived in a cave.
Long, long ago in Poland, there was a town called Krakow. Well, actually, there is still a town called Krakow, but now it's a huge city. Well, back then, it was a sleepy little village where nothing unusual ever happened. Every day, the kids went to school.
Yay, math test today.
Woo! Last one there's a rotten egg.
And the baker would bake 6 loaves of bread, the shepherd would gather 100 sheep, and the cobbler would cobble 2 shoes.
Cobble, cobble.
One shoe would be a left shoe, and the other shoe would be a right shoe, while his apprentice would fix and repair the old broken shoes on a last. That is, if he wasn't busy daydreaming.
So, how are those boots coming along there, little feller?
They're almost resold, and then they can be resold.
Good. Not having any problems, are we?
No. I was just
Daydreaming?
I guess.
Well, there's nothing wrong with daydreaming. I do it myself. In fact, I have a little hobby on the side. I fill these little tubes full of chemicals and make fireworks. Yeah, that's what I call them. They're a lot of fun, although you got to be careful because they can also be a bit dangerous. What about you? What are you dreaming about over there?
I don't know. I just want a little excitement, a little adventure, a little fling.
Yeah. Well, why don't you run along and join your friends? It's about time to quit for today.
Okay, see you Monday.
So, the apprentice, who was nicknamed Appy, went to join his friends.
Hey, Appy, hey, how you doing? Hey, did you, heal any sick shoes? Get it? Heal?
Only one sole pair.
Yeah, but did you do it to last?
Hey, guys, what do you want to do today?
I don't know. What do you want to do today?
I don't know. What do you want to do?
I don't know. What do you want to do?
I don't know. What do you want to do?
I don't know. What do you want to do?
I don't know. What do you want to do?
I don't
All
know.
right. Let's not stand here talking about it all day. Why don't we go fishing?
Gee, I don't know if my heart can handle the excitement.
Well, all right, then let's go fly a kite.
Let's see. We haven't done that since, yesterday.
Hey, I know. Why don't we go hike up Vavel Hill? We haven't done that before.
Are you totally cracked? My mom and dad said to never, ever, ever climb up there.
Yeah, well, I won't tell if you don't. Now, come on, let's go.
Guys, I don't know if this is such a good idea.
What are you afraid of? You don't even have parents. Just some crazy old cobbler.
Later, at the top of Vavel Hill, near the old abandoned mine shaft. Hey, guys, behind this brush, there's some kind of a hole. I think maybe it's the mouth of a cave.
Whoa! Hey, guys, come on in. Let's get in here. Wow, check it out.
Shh. Hey, I heard something.
Maybe it was just your voice echoing off the stalactites.
That's probably just the echo of your footsteps. Or maybe it was your knees knocking together.
I heard it too. It sounds like someone's stomach rumbling or something.
Yeah. Oh, What's that over there?
It's a helictite.
That's just some kind of rock formation.
Oh, yeah? Then why is it breathing?
It's a dragon.
It's a good thing it's asleep. Come on, let's get out of here.
Chicken.
Look, I think we better go, too.
Oh, come on now. Don't tell me you're a chicken, too.
It's one thing to sneak up here when we don't know what's up here. Now that we do know, it's foolish to risk our lives.
Oh, come on now. A dragon can't hurt you when it's asleep. Now, come on. I want to get a closer look. Let's go over here. Oh, you ever seen anything like it? Oh, wow. What big fangs you have.
Okay, we've seen it. Let's go.
Chicken.
Knock it off. I'm not chicken.
Oh, yeah? Ha! Well, I dare you to throw a rock at it.
Are you totally off your rocker? I don't see you throwing any rocks.
What? Are you calling me a chicken? Ha! I'll show you. All right. Where's a rock? All right. I'll throw one if you do. Ready?
1, 2, 3. Whoa!
Psych! Fooled you.
Oh, yeah. Funny. I'm going home. You can stay here by yourself.
Quit your growling.
I'm not growling. You are.
Oh, yeah. Right. I'm growling. Is it just my imagination, or are there a couple of red, bloodshot eyes staring at me?
We woke it up.
Huh? What do you mean, we? You're the one that threw the rock at it. Yeah, it's all your fault.
Yeah. Well, I thought you said a dragon wouldn't hurt us.
Well, what am I supposed to know about dragons?
Stay calm and back away slowly until we're in the clear.
Hey, I'm calm. I'm cool. I want my mommy!
Great, now it's chasing after us.
So they ran all the way back to the village.
Okay, I think we lost it. Now I just hope it goes back to sleep.
But there was no such luck. The next day, as the villagers went about their business as usual, things became very unusual. The dragon swooped in, breathed fire on the houses, gobbled up a couple of sheep, slurped up a ton of water from the river, and flew out. So the villagers started packing up their things and leaving the village. Now, some of them stayed and hid in their houses. They were afraid the dragon would see them. Others wanted to stay and fight the dragon, but they didn't know how. Among this group was the cobbler.
Dragon schmaggin'. There's got to be something we can do. You look awfully distracted today. More than usual, I mean.
I just...
Yeah, I know. You're worried about the dragon. Everybody's worried about the dragon. You know, the old-timers say that if somebody disturbs the dragon's sleep, then the dragon will come looking for them.
Is that what they say?
And that's what they say. And they say that he'll smash and burn everything in sight until he finds that person and eats them.
Is that what they say?
That's what they say.
So, if you were the one who woke up the dragon, then the dragon might come looking for you and burn this house down.
Yeah, that's what they say.
Dragon alarm! Dragon alarm! The dragon is coming!
Quick, hide in the cellar!
Yeah, you run along. I still have a young lady who needs a pair of glass slippers by midnight.
But what? The dragon might eat you.
I don't think the dragon's going to bother an old fool like me.
Do you mind if he comes looking for me?
Why on earth would he do that?
Because I'm the one who woke him up.
Ah, you are. You are. Get out, get out, get out.
Bah, bah, bah,
Well, sounds like he found himself another mutton dinner. He should be leaving soon.
Maybe, but he's almost destroyed the village, and it's all my fault.
Yeah, don't say that. But maybe you could be the one to do something about it, huh?
Me? What am I supposed to do?
Well, now, there's always a way. You just have to use what you have.
That's it. You've given me a great idea.
I have.
Look, I'll need to borrow some wood and some wool and some tar and some rope and some nails and some of your inventions.
Well, take what you want, as long as I don't have to smell dragon breath anymore.
Thanks.
What on earth is he up to now, I wonder?
So the apprentice stayed up all night working. And then the next morning, bright and early.
Here, dragon, come and get it.
I don't get it. Why did you give the dragon a fake sheep?
That fake sheep was loaded up with some of your inventions, what you call fireworks. Now all we have to do is wait for the dragon to breathe fire. He may be tough on the outside, but on the inside...
Dragon skin flying around all over the place. Here, help me gather it up, will ya?
What for?
This stuff makes really good boots.
And that was the last of the Dragon of Krakow.
Now, those of you who have seen our live stage production, I'm sure, might have seen this story, because we change the stories around a bit depending on the crowd. But if you haven't seen our live theatrical show yet, come check it out, and you might get a chance to see us do this story live.
And you'll get to see how one of the ways that the villagers try to defeat the dragon, and that is with a catapult. And we construct the catapult out of some very interesting objects, like we do a lot of our props.
The other thing we do is actually blow up the dragon on stage, which is kind of fun, neat special stage effect that we do there. This story we will be touring with on the West Coast through December, and then we are closing it. We'll be opening a new show in January.
One more thing that I want to say about the caverns is that when we saw a stalactite that had broken off, you could see a cross section of the rock. It reminded me of a cross section of a tomato or orange.
And speaking of caverns, we have this scene when we do this show, The Dragon of Krakow, and we have to go into a cave on stage. And so we bring in a gag that we are rather well known for, and that is where I go through a tennis racket in the splits. So
we've been working into that gag into shows for years.
Wait. Through a tennis racket? That can't be done.
Yes, it can.
So come see it, and remember, it is a real tennis racket. It is not fake. It is not made of rubber. It does not come apart.
I'm the one that's made out of rubber, and I do kind of come apart every now and then.
Only when we're making a new show, and that's unglued, not apart.
All right, we hope everyone has a happy Halloween. I know Zephyr's going to.
That's right. I'll be working in a haunted house in San Jose, California.
We're about out of time for this week, but we'll see you all again next week.
See you later.
The Activated Storytellers perform at schools and libraries nationwide. On stage, we use American Sign Language, physical comedy, imaginative props, and a giant, oversized book to bring the stories to life. For booking information, check our website at www.activated-storytellers.com, where you can also find out when the Activated Storytellers will be performing near you, read a story, or order one of our audio CDs. Until next time.